Hey traders, this is Cousin Vinny coming to you on Sunday evening. Having had a nice weekend, went to see Al Pacino on Broadway with the wife, The Merchant of Venice, Shakespeare. Quite a performance, I must say. I am looking at a few things this week with regard to where the markets are, what IBD industry subgroup rankings are looking good, and where commodities might be headed. Okay, we're currently in a range, sideways range, which will be resolved shortly on the dollar. I'm expecting this to continue moving higher and break out of this range, which is why I'm trading GLD short via puts. I got in on this candle here on the breakdown of the 8 and the 20 EMA, and then subsequently stayed in it because of this breakdown on this trend line. Okay, looking at some of the other commodity plays, Goldcorp sitting right on the 200 EMA, but I'm expecting this to break down. And also copper, which is starting to trend down over the last week. I'm looking for this to move down through the 20 EMA, which would indicate that we might have some weakness on the S&P 500, perhaps a 2 or 3% pullback. I don't expect 5%, but anything's possible. The Russell 1000, which I'm trading on my 401k, has been doing well. Had a little hammer off the 80 EMA at the highs. I'm looking for this to pull back a little more, so I'll probably be getting out of this, out of my 401k and going to cash, but that'll only be for a few weeks until this resolves and we start to see a new move higher. Some of the things I'm in right now is Yum. I like this consolidation that we've been in, and I'm looking for this to break out of this upper trend line. Stochastics look good. MACD is starting to cross from below zero, which, you know, if you follow me, I like as an indicator, with stochastics continuing higher. IBD is showing some of the industry groups that are moving higher. Leisure and gaming was one of the ones that moved up from 3 weeks ago, from 65 up to 27, which is looking good. Oil and gas is moving up, as well as building, residential, and commercial, which plays right into the gaming Shuffle Master play off the 50 EMA. I'm watching this. I'm also have an eye on Elvis, having gotten out of it at this upper trend line. Looking for this to continue higher. Also, ATPG, we traded this last week. I'm looking for this to either retest or bounce off the 20 EMA, in which case I might get back in it. ABV, got back into this on this candle here on Thursday, and watch this as it bounced on the 20 EMA on Friday. So I'm still in this. I'm keeping an eye on it, make sure this doesn't break down. Okay. VBD also added to this. Both of these, ABV and BBD, I added half positions. So even if we pull back a little bit, quarter positions, even if we pull back a bit, I'm still okay with that. Baidu, looking good. Had a nice hammer here, retested that 100 EMA, and is starting to move higher. So I'd be looking for this to trade back in this range. We have the upper Bollinger Bands. We have a little bit overbought situation on stochastics, but we crossed on the MACD. So from my perspective, this could move a little bit higher, up to 110 or so. I've been watching airlines. That group has been moving up as well. Transportation Airlines went from 113 3 weeks ago to 94 recently. So keeping an eye on DIL. I happen to like that one the best. Leap Wireless. Telecom's been doing okay. Bounce off the 200 EMA. I'm looking for this as a possible position in the near future. Looking at Fibonacci retracements from the high to low. We hit the 50 level and bounced off of that, so I'm not surprised at that level. Marvell, we traded this last week on this nice bounce off the 200 EMA and lower trend line, stochastics, and I'm just noting that pulling this line out, the upper trend line that we bounced off of that on Friday. So I'm looking for this to continue. Pretty good strength on volume. So Rylan, the residential commercial, I'm watching this as a measured move to possibly move up to the 21 range. So I'm currently in call options. Anyway, the last thing I've been looking at was from Stephen Place. I was watching his review this week. I really liked what was happening with Spreadrum Communications. This is similar to Yum, this consolidation. I like this pattern where we consolidate against the 20 EMA. So I'm looking for this to break out and move higher. I'm just watching the EMAs, the MACD and the stochastics. Okay, so that's my review for the week. I have a few things I might get into. Again, this is Cousin Benny coming to you from Day Trading Radio, and we'll see you in the room on Monday.